Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Welcome to our channel. I hope that you're doing well today. I'm going to do a makeup tutorial today that I do not think has been done on any English-speaking channels here. I just got back from Bali and decided that I was going to continue my theme of makeup from around the world, that is drugstore makeup from around the world. And when I was in Bali in Indonesia, I picked up some makeup from a couple of brands I'd never heard of, and I just followed my instinct. And again, they were drugstore products. These were the products that women in Bali would be wearing. They are very affordable. I mean, the cost of living in Bali is low anyway, but these makeup products were incredible. And I think personally, they were very high quality. And I'm going to show you some of the products that I purchased. And I've got nothing on my face at the moment except for a little bit of oil on my skin, which is actually something I did purchase in Bali. It's by a company or a brand called Sensation. And it's a facial serum made from sandalwood oil, which is, of course, one of my favorite scents. So I decided to pick that up. But I've got that on my face at the moment, and it does do a nice job of hydrating your skin for sure. But the products I'm going to show you are ones that are, you know, in some cases not my perfect skin match, but I thought I'll just show them to you and have a go. But one thing before I start, the philosophy of life in Bali is just so beautiful in terms of your connection to nature and connection to each other and to your God. It's their fundamental value system, and that actually extends beyond Bali into Indonesia in general. And one of the brands I'm going to talk to you about today is one called, I have to read it here, is Sariyu. And I'm going to use their moisturizer or their BB cream, but I found on their website, I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm sure, Sariyu brand. It's called Sariyu. And it was founded by a woman called Martha Tillar, and it's been around for many years. And it's a skincare beauty line that covers everything from makeup to skincare and just treatments for the skin. And I wanted to read this for you because I think it's from their website about the philosophy of makeup and skincare in Indonesia. And I just think it's so beautiful. But basically it says, and I'm going to read this from their website, since a long time ago, Eastern women have had a beauty concept based on the philosophy of, I will try to pronounce it, but have a check. I'll put it in the description. It's Rupasampat Wahyabiantara. And it means a beauty concept that combines two elements harmoniously, inner beauty and outer beauty. Makeup for them is an expression of your inner beauty, whatever your age, whatever your, your skin type, whatever your physical appearance. There's something about makeup helping to make that connection between the inner person, the inner beauty, and the external beauty, which of course changes as you get older. Now I'm 73, so my skin has been through 73 years of, all kinds of, impacts on it. And it's, really, I think, done well because I've moisturized and taken care of it. But they have this philosophy that's powerful. And it's kind of it's the mantra for their beauty manual, for the products they choose to put on their face. And I really like that description. And it sort of relates to their philosophy of life in general. So anyway, let's get started because I know you didn't want a philosophy lesson, but I think it's so important with women who are getting older now, who feel invisible, who don't feel beautiful, who don't feel attractive, to simplify it to being a harmonious beauty exercise between your inner and outer beauty. I think it's super, super important. Okay. So let's start with foundation. For me, the primer is the oil. I never usually use a primer, but I'm going to use their Sariyu. It's called, is it a SPF 20? And it's number 02 natural. And it doesn't say what it's, tinted moisturizer is what it's called. Now, unfortunately, you probably won't find these brands in England or UK or Canada, but you will find them in Indonesia. So I want to show you this because I know you won't find them, but at least you'll be inspired by the kinds of products. And you'll be surprised how absolutely similar they are. So the foundation I'm going to apply. I'm going to apply it with my fingers because I think for me, it's a little bit runny, but I'm going to, and you can see the color is not perfect. A little bit light, but it goes on so beautifully and so creamy. And I'm going to apply it, just pressing it in, not sort of swiping it too much, but just pressing it. Now you can already see what a nice sheen that gives and what a nice finish. I love this. I actually wore this most of the time that I was in Bali. I brought, of course, as you do, all your makeup with you in your little bag. And then I just ended up purchasing this and loving it and wearing it. So I'm going to just try to get this smoothly applied. It's really, really lovely scent as well. Most of their makeup in Bali that I use, I found to have a slight scent to it. And that doesn't bother me at all. But for those of you who do, be aware. But it is a sensory experience. So that's the foundation. And I don't think I'm going to do any kind of powder or anything over that. I'm just going to leave it like it is. That's the foundation. It's pretty. Now, the other company, there's two other brands I discovered while I was there. And of course, I was in Bali. In Indonesia, I'm sure, at the wider country, I am sure that there are more brands. But I found two that I thought were really, really cool. And I'm going to just do my eyebrows first because they had a very interesting brow lash product. This was a company called, I think it's Wardaw, and it's Wardaur. So I'm going to just pop that on. You can pop it on your brows and on your lashes as well. It hasn't got very much, or if any, color on it. I just kind of like the naturalness of it, and you don't have to worry too much about, getting it right. It's just about feeling good and looking good. And this is called Brow Lash, and it's actually very good. So, and you can of course put it on as a moisture or as a wand on your lashes as well. So eyes, let's do eyes first, because the company Wardaur that I mentioned, Wardaur, has a lot of little eyeshadow palettes that are $3. They reminded me so much of e.l.f. because they've got that same kind of color combination. This one's very pretty. It's got like a beigey color, a rose, and a green, which is really, really lovely. And I'll put some of the details below. Although you won't be able to order these, you can at least look at your e.l.f. palettes and think, oh, I've got that combination and I can use it. Now this one is another combination of a beige, and these are beautiful shades, by the way. Another lighter brown and darker brown. And I think that's the one I'm going to use today. But I'll show you the final one, which is a pink, pinkish purple combination. And this beautiful purple, taupey brown, and then a darker color base. But these were all $3, and I just absolutely love them. I played with them all the time. But this one here I'm going to use is called, I think it's Romance. But they're gorgeous. They come with a little brush that you never use, right? But it's very sweet. I'm going to use one of my brushes to get started. Now, what I'm going to do, oh, there is a little mirror on the top. I just noticed that. So I'll try to keep that out of the camera. I'm going to start by just putting this base of the light color. And I actually like 3. I mean, you don't really need more than 3. I'm not going to use an eye primer. I'm just going to put it on because, strangely enough, this is actually very creamy. It's a creamy powder. And see how that goes on? It's very sweet. And I say very sweet because this brand is, probably designed in the marketing of it for younger people, but there's one that's even more, I would say this line, Wardaur, is more of a, sort of adult, for any woman at any age, but more like a trendy kind of look and affordable. And it's actually a halal free, like vegan free, made to Islamic laws and the things that are important in that part of the world. And they're cruelty free, pure products. And for the price, you really can't beat them. But that's kind of the base I'm going to put on. If I can just stop talking a minute and just do this. And I'll bring it right up to my eyes. Now, I don't like powders that much, but it's going to be okay. Now, I'm going to take the other end of this brush. It's a smaller brush, and put a little bit of the darker brown on the edge. Now, as soon as I put it on, you're going to see something. Look at the pigment. I mean, it's not a, sort of a wishy-washy color. It's actually there. And I like it. It's really, really simple and pretty. So I'm putting that on the edges of my eyes just to give it a little bit of depth. Actually, I remember doing a video a couple of weeks ago for Subtle Beauty, which is a US brand. And this color combination reminds me a lot of theirs, one of their palettes. But honestly, I fell in love with Bali for one thing, but I also fell in love with their products. And that's kind of the way that I would use it. Very, very light look on the edge. And then I'm going to take that nice middle of the palette, little peachy, it's kind of a rose gold. It's hard to see the color there, but it's got a bit of browny gold to it and with a bit of peach. And I'll just put that on the part here. Now, I wore this color to a dinner when we went out, and I got so many compliments because it was just such a shimmery but not glittery look. And for me, it spread a little bit on my lids, but you know, I really, really was okay with that. So that's the eyes. Isn't that pretty? And again, I just keep remembering all the time the philosophy behind their beauty, which is, you know, you're not perfect, but the makeup's there to make you shine. So that's the eyes, as much as I'm going to do with them. And mascara, there was one that I picked up by the company. I think it was also Wardo. Yeah, it was Wardo. And it's called Lift Lash, or Last Lift. And maybe it is what it is, Last Lift. But it's a very, I think this is waterproof. Yes, it's a waterproof mascara, which I found was very common in Bali because of the rain and the moisture in the air. So I'll just pop this on so you can see what their mascara is able to do. Oh, I just noticed something. I just noticed as I looked in my mirror that I haven't got even colors on my lids. It's so easy to do when you're sitting here looking in the phone. You don't see that I put some more there than here. Okay, that's better. Get perfection here as much as I can into my very limited filming equipment here. Okay, so here's my mascara. Very, very pretty little wand, quite small, but it's curved. Can you see a little bit? But this is the Wardo mascara. So I'm going to use my lift and turn technique. It's a very soft and gentle look. It's not thickening like, you know, some of our mascaras, but I actually quite like it. Let me just lift this up a bit and show you. It's pretty, isn't it? I think it's okay. I think that's, you know, our expectations maybe are a little different when we look at a product from another country, but I think this delivers a really nice look. So I'm going to, oops, do the other side of my eyes. So move my hair out of the way here. So yeah, Bali was pretty extraordinary. We had a lot of rain while we were there. And if any of you have watched my videos over the last couple of weeks, I certainly wasn't looking put together as I am today. The wind and the rain was just incredible. I spent most of my time in a raincoat, I think, but oh, it was gorgeous. And we had 7 women from our 60andMe community with us. And so there were 8 of us in total, and it was remarkable. I smudged it a bit there, but that's okay. So that's the mascara. I think it's good. I like it. So that's the mascara from Wardo. So far, I've only showed you 2 brands, and I'm going to jump into another one in a second, which is really one that's similar to our Essence Catrice. It's more for the younger, you know, the teenage market. But again, it's all I could find there, so I decided to jump in. I forgot to mention the concealer by Wardo. They do a liquid foundation. I am going to pop some on just to show you something, because this is a $2 concealer. And I'm going to put a teeny bit there and a teeny bit there. I'm trying to put it very, very lightly because, well, I don't like much concealer anyway to start with, but just this particular concealer, I was super impressed with it. And I'm just going to dab it and press it in under my eyes. Oh, a bit too much on that side. Okay. This will all get a bit blended when I start putting my blush on. Can you see that? It really is smooth. It's brightening. I mean, for me, it was like a very, very good quality. In fact, I went back to get another one because it was only such, you know, so inexpensive, and they were sold out. But I got what I could. So look at that. I mean, maybe I'm just imagining it and I'm looking in my mirror and I'm not seeing anything that's real, which is very highly likely. But yeah, I just thought it was so, so good. So that's the concealer. Now blush. Okay, blushes were interesting. There was several options. There were some powders. Now Wardo did a blush combination with what I think they meant to be a bronzer. And maybe I'll use it that way just for fun because it looks a bit peachy orange in here, but it was actually, you know, meant to be used, I think, with this blush. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of this on as if I was putting on a bronzer. This is a little bit darker color. Yeah, I guess you can see that. It's a little bit darker. I'm just dabbing my brush on that side. And, you know, I just, a little bit here, but I would normally use a cream bronzer, but I could not for the life of me find any cream bronzers at all. So now I'm going to pop some of the, on the other side, there's like a pinky, it's actually a very good match to my top. So I'm going to grab a blush brush and just take a little bit of that. I found some very cool cream blushes as well. But, okay, I'm just gonna try to do this gently. This is not very heavily pigmented, but you can see what a beautiful color that is. I really, really liked it. And again, wore this a lot when I was there. I didn't wear any of the makeup I took with me. I just kept playing with this. Okay, so I think that's kind of a nice color. Bring it up around the temple a little bit. Wow. Okay, I'm looking, I mean, I've got particularly nice light today, so I hope that you're seeing it the way that I'm seeing it. It's just really, really pretty. So that's the Wardour. Again, it was like $3 for that little palette of blush and bronzer. And then I found some creams. Now, the creams I probably will not show you on my face because they are so pigmented. This one is actually by Wardour as well, and it's called Color Fit. And it came in 3 colors, and there's this, well, you can see this very vivid orange. But I want to show you something here, if I can do this without just dabbing my finger on this beautiful color. Putting it on my, oops, I can just, here we go. That's a nice, if you like a coral blush, this is your blush. And if I waited like 5, I will actually wait for a few minutes, and I'll show you on my finger, because, rub it on my, I'm rubbing it on my hand here, because I just want to show you. Look at that on my finger. It is transfer proof. It is vivid. It is, you know, you can actually blend it. But look at what it stays on my finger. That stays on your cheeks for a very long time. It really does, and it's great. And again, very affordable. This one is by this nice last company I was going to mention, which is Emina. And again, as I said, it's a for young people. This is a highlighter. Where's my blush? Okay. I don't have the blush, but I have a highlighter by them. I think what I'm going to do, just to be very brave, is I'm going to take a bit of this beautiful peach here. I just put on my finger and dab it on here. Yes, it's getting a bit vivid. Okay, I'll just brush it in. But isn't that pretty? I mean, that is just so glowy and lovely. And I'll take a bit of this beautiful highlighter that this Emina company makes, and I'll put a bit of that on my cheeks. Okay, so that's the blush, and I think it's gorgeous. Lips, let me finish with lips, because there were some really cool products. I mean, I must have brought, oh, another one I was going to show. Emina does a little, you know, these famous little sticks. And it's great. It's pink. It's a pinky color, but it's very, very pretty. I'll just show you there. See? The colors there are vivid, and as you would expect, because it's a hot climate and it's very, you know, you're out in the sun. And most of the women, of course, have darker hair, which is, and darker skin tone, but it's, those are the 2 kind of shades that you have options for. Now, I'm going to use a lipstick by Emina, and I can't for the life of me see the number. Or is it number 10? But you can't get these, I'm afraid. But it's a peachy color, and I don't have a lip pencil here with me, so I'll just pop I didn't buy any lip liners at all. And I'll put this beautiful peachy colored lipstick. It comes in one of those stylo styles, which I love, instead of a bullet lipstick. And the colors, oh, it's really lovely. You see? It's such a nice feel to it. Okay. That is the peachy color, and it's very, very nice. I carried this actually with me everywhere because it's so tiny, and you can actually just slip it in your purse. Hope that light doesn't shine through too much, but the final touch is a gloss by the same company, Emina, and it's in a little cute little, it's glossy stain. And I put this on top because it's so bright. It's just incredibly pretty, and I'll show you what it does to the lipstick underneath. That's it. I really like this stain. Actually, I've often, a couple of days, I just wore this by itself without any lipstick on top, and it does stain your lips. It's very, very pretty. I don't know if I can show you the color here. That's it right at the end. So that is it. That's my Indonesian makeup, or makeup from Bali, because that's where I purchased it all. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. I mean, it just goes to show that you can do incredible things with it on a budget with makeup. I mean, wherever in the world you travel, there are women just like you and I who don't want to spend a lot of money on money. on makeup, and they just buy what's in the drugstore, and this is what you get when you go to Bali. That is the makeup that you can buy in the local shop. I think it was called Guardian. It was their drugstore brand all across the country. So thank you so much for watching. I'd love your feedback and your comments. Have you traveled in other parts of the world and discovered makeup that you absolutely would want to bring back? I forgot to mention that you of course can buy Pond's and Nivea and all those normal brands of skincare, but not too much makeup other than what I've shown you, in Bali at least. Okay, so have a really wonderful day. I'd love to get any additional ideas for countries I've not covered, and you'll see them all in our YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give us a like in this video. Let's have a chat about makeup for older women and what I discovered in the beautiful, beautiful country of Bali. Take good care, everyone. Lots and lots of love. Bye-bye for now.